Oh, so Digital Circus, here's part 3. My overall thoughts. In terms of a number grade, I'd give the final episode, I'll say a 7 out of 10. I was leaning towards a maybe slightly lower score, but overall, I think what makes it a little bit higher is because if you really just think about narratively, plot-wise, I guess the Amazing Digital Circus really is a story about just a bunch of circus cartoon characters and their feelings, and basically the overall message is make the best out of a stagnant life that you can't escape from. And if you really think about it, I guess from all the episodes, it does hit home on that extremely well. And in a vacuum, in a self-contained story, it like they did a good job of handling that. And I say a good job because obviously there were flaws. Like, I do think they focused on Jax too much throughout the series. I wish we could have gotten more on Ragatha, for example. I don't think she got as much of a story dive as the others did. Even Gangle got a whole episode dedicated to her. Zubul did with Jax, obviously, had technically several episodes dedicated to him. And of course, Kinger being the one who created the circus and helped create it. He obviously got a lot of backstory lore, but with Ragatha, it's kind of more so bare bones. I feel like I feel like Digital Circus would have done really well to have gotten a couple more episodes, because I talked about how it's a self-contained story, but I also think that they set you up in a way where you're expecting these massive revelations and lore, which I think is one reason why Circus became such a massive pop culture phenomenon, because there were these major tidbits and lore pieces that kind of made it exciting to be a fan. Like with CNA, right? My question is I kind of want to see CNA in action, and that may be kind of boring and maybe unnecessary, but I had questions like, are they still active as a company? Are they still doing these AI tests whatsoever? Are Pomni and them just stuck in a computer in the middle of nowhere in a random office building? Who's paying the electric bill? You know what I mean? Who's keeping the lights on? Because it was kind of dark about the ending. Is that, of course, the ending is technically not so dark for them because they accept their situation, even though I'm sure deep down it probably does bother them, but they accept their situation. It's kind of dark if you think about it, because if somebody just stopped paying the electric bill or somebody unplugged the computer, they all just die. Straight up. Kane, Pomni, and them, they just die. And if nobody ever plugs the computer back up, they literally just stay dead. So it's kind of a messed up ending. Granted, I'm not saying that they should have escaped. That's not what I'm saying. I'm happy with the ending. It makes perfect sense. Their brain scans, right? They can't go back to the real world. That's fine. But I would have liked to have seen we could have seen more of what CNA was doing. If they're still doing business, that's just something I feel like was kind of left out as well. I really wish we would have gotten an explanation of why the heck Kane is not dead. We literally saw Kinger purge the entire AI program. That computer, which a lot of people were assuming was manipulated by the blue AI or remnants of the blue AI, before we learned that the blue AI was in Kane. A lot of people theorized that the blue AI was forcing Kinger or telling Kinger to delete Kane. So that was ever addressed, right? What the heck that computer system was, and it trying to delete Kane. That was never even brought up or talked about in this episode. So that kind of bothered me, because that was a whole focal point. That was an insane lore piece that the blue AI was working, or what was left of it was working to kill Kane, and then they don't even bring it up again. Or Kinger never brings it up. It's just what? I don't know. They should. I wish they would have at least explained, or at least not even explained. Just maybe gave even so much as a hint as to why he came back. I don't know. Maybe he didn't delete all of the program, but he literally did. He literally did. He purged the entire AI program. So theoretically, Kane should literally be dead. He should literally be dead, and I don't get that. I love Kane, Don't get me wrong, I love Kane. I'm saying I want him dead. I was happy that he's still alive. I'm just saying it technically makes no sense. Right? And I saw some people saying, oh, well, maybe, he was in the void, so maybe when he got deleted, he went to the void. But then why was he able to come back to the circus, though? Like, he technically should be, like, deleted, like, done. Like, not thrown in the trash, right? But, like, how, like, on your phone, you can delete photos, but they go to the trash first, and then you have to go through and actually delete the actual image. No. He was straight up, like, just deleted. Done. Dunzo. And, yeah. Anyways. So, yeah, overall, like I said, I think it was good. Could have been better. Absolutely. Was it rushed? Absolutely. You betcha. It was super duper rushed. Horribly rushed. I don't think an hour was enough. I think maybe an hour, 30 minutes, heck, maybe even almost 2 hours. I know that they couldn't do 2 hours, but for such a big show like this, I kind of feel like it needed something that kind of explained almost everything, but then also left room for debate. Because I can understand them not wanting to answer everything because the show's over. They want people to still be talking about it for years and years and years. I get that. But then some things that they don't talk about or explain just seems like plot holes and inconveniences. Some things, especially like with Kane's return, definitely needed at least a hint so that we could maybe fill in the gaps on our own. But we got none of that, right? So I'm a little disappointed with the ending. I'm not saying I expect it to be perfect. Nothing's perfect end of the day, but I don't know. I expected, just more, if that makes sense. Even though it is just ultimately a show about cartoon characters exploring adult themes, right? I still expected more from this show. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong for the fans to have these insane expectations for it. But yeah, I don't know. Digital Circus is over. I like the ending sequence of like them at the bus, the human selves at the bus. I thought that was cool. And yeah, I wish it wasn't over. Like, this show really was a huge eye opener and teaches you a lot of life lessons. That hits you very hard because it really does dive into the mental deep thoughts of existence and stagnant life, and what a stagnant life is, and why we're here, and just like when it comes to the emotional mental breakdown of this show, it's genius, right? I just feel like it needed more though. I don't know, but overall I did like it. I give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Whoever saw it and whoever is watching this review. This has been TSW signing off. Peace.